Good afternoon, everyone. For today, I'll be presenting to you 4 careers in banking. Actually, there are many more, but I'll be talking about only 4. So let's get started. I will be presenting to you together with my PowerPoint presentation, so we will have more understanding about it. As I told you, today's topic will be banking careers, and I am Vivianne. The careers we are going to talk about today are loan officer, credit analyst, branch manager, and trust officer. Maybe you have heard or may not have heard about it. It's okay, that's fine, because I will explain to you truly. Let's get started with the very first one. Loan officer. I would like to explain to all of you first the vocabulary that related to the work of loan officer. Of course, the first one is loan. Loan is a noun, is an amount of money that is borrowed, often from a bank, and has to be paid back, usually together with an extra amount of money that you have to pay as a charge for borrowing. Bachelor's degree is a first degree at college or university, just like what we are studying right now. We're studying to get our bachelor's degree. Potential client is a person who may be interested in purchasing your service. Credit is the amount of risk when lending money to a particular person or organization based on how likely they are able to pay it back or not. Analyze is to study or examine something in detail in order to discover more about it. Okay, let's get to know the job description. Loan officer needs to meet with potential clients. They need to educate them with loan options available because each different bank will have different loan options. Assist customer in all stages of loan process. Starting from the first one is applying for the loan. Second one, underwriting. It's document submissions, and they will have people underwriting the document. And then the third one is verification and approval. And the fourth is closing or loan disbursal. Okay, next is they need to analyze loan applicants' financial profile. This is the basic one. And determine whether applicants are credit worthy or not. It's from 2 words, credit and worthy, and it comes mixing together to be as one. It's like, are you worth enough for the bank to give you loan or not? Direct assisting customers seeking loan modification to appropriate professionals. If the customers come back after they get their loan and they want to modify something, you need to send them to appropriate professionals, which I will be talking about next. Before we go there, we will talk about the qualifications of loan officer first. They need to have at least bachelor's degree in economic or finance, years of experiences in mortgage origination office of a bank or other financial institution, excellent oral and written communication skills, knowledge of financial software. For number 3, why am I using the word oral? Because it's related to everything you have to say. It's not only speaking skills, but it's also persuading skills, talking skills, and how you can please the customer, how you can deal with what the customer needs. And here is more vocabulary, the word mortgage. You can read, if you can read the letters in phonetics, it will be written for you to read it. Mortgage with no T. T is absent. Mortgage. It's a noun, which means an agreement that allows you to borrow money from a bank or a similar organization like the financial institution, especially in order to buy a house or the amount of money itself. So that is the end of loan officer, and we will continue to the next area is credit analyst. Credit analyst is similar to loan officer, but I'll tell you later on how different they are. The vocabulary here is cash flow is the amount of money moving in and out of a business or personal account. Evaluate is the verb. Evaluation is a noun, but right now we are talking about the verb is to judge the quality, importance, amount of value of something or someone. Financial history is the record of a potential borrower's income, investment, and debt. Financial statement is a document explaining details of the institute's financial status or situation and includes documents such as the profits, the loss, and the balance sheet. Obligation is a legal or moral duty to do something. Repayment is the act of paying back money that you have borrowed. Repayment is a noun. Repay is a verb. Okay, move on to job description. We need to determine a potential borrower's credit worthiness. Gather financial documents about the applicant, whether it is financial history or in case of company, they need more. The company needs to submit a recent financial statements and documented cash flow. Reviews the documents to formulate a clear picture of the applicant's financial status, whether they have the ability to meet additional debt obligation, because different debts will have different obligations. Project the likelihood of repayment, like is this person or this company will be able to pay back, to repay or not. They need to project out the whole picture and work with loan officer to recommend the loan officer whether they should accept or reject the application. The difference between these two jobs, loan officer and credit analyst, is that loan officer work mostly with customers or clients, give them information, but credit analyst will work with paper, data, finance statement, and paper or spreadsheets, something like that. They work more with numbers, not people. So for the qualification, they need to have bachelor's degree in business administration, economics or finance, etc. That is in the area of business. Years of experiences in analyzing financial documents and data will be very helpful. And knowledge of financial software, because they need to use it. Right now is like a world that we use more technology and paper free. So software knowledge is needed. Or extra, if you want to be a certified credit analyst, you need to have the credit analyst certification. You need to go study and then you get a certificate that said you are certified banking and credit analyst. The picture is in the slide. Noted the word debt. The B is an absent sound. Debt is a noun, which means the amount of money that is owed by a person, company, country, etc. And that they usually have to pay interest on. Interest is the additional amount of money that they need to pay. Or another meaning is the situation of owing money or of not having enough money to pay what you owe. In that situation, you'll be called in debt. Okay, move on to next career. It is branch manager. The related vocabulary will be ethic is a system of accepted rules about behavior based on what is considered right or wrong. Hands-on is an adjective, which means directly involved in making decisions about the way in which things should be done. Oversee, it's a verb, not oversee like oversee from to another country, but oversee with SEE is to watch or organize a job or an activity to make certain that it is being done not only correctly, but also legally. Motivate is a verb. It can be either to make someone eager to do something or to influence someone's behavior in a particular way. Like in the picture, you see this woman is with an glasses because she is overseeing things to make a more clear picture. Supervise is to manage a department, project, etc., and make sure that things are done correctly and according to the rules. Grasp, actually, if it's a verb, it will mean that you grab something firmly in your hands. But in this case, it is a business meaning. It means power to achieve or control over something or an understanding of something, especially something difficult. Okay, so the job description is a branch manager is to overseeing day-to-day banking operations, like the customers come in and opening or closing their account, performing wire and other financial transactions. For example, in Thailand, the branch manager will have a secret code or number that the teller or the head teller need to ask the branch manager to come and key in that number in order to do the wire or transaction that is over their authority. Supervise and motivate staff, of course, and maintain accurate records because they need to prepare weekly financial reports for the main office. Solve customer staff technical problems in timely and hands-on manner with a minimal amount of disruption to other operations, which means you need to think fast and do things very fast. So you need to have an experience in managing things. Assist staff in setting performance improvement goals and assess progress because in company or not only bank, but private or public company, they will have a performance that will be given to you sometimes at the end of the month, half a year, or at the end of the year, that will say you already doing good, you need to improve things, or you are already excellent in your job, which this performance will I have to say that if in Thailand, performance will related to your salary. So the picture here, you will see that the smallest in the bank will be the teller, and then you can experience working years, and then you become head teller, and then you can become branch manager. Branch manager in one country can have more than one branch manager. Like if a small branch manager can be like branch in Silom, branch in Sathorn, branch in Sukhumvit, which is only the street name or the small area, or a larger one, branch manager like Bangkok branch manager, Phuket branch manager, and Samut Prakan branch manager, something like that. And upper one is the regional manager, like Asia Pacific, Europe, Africa, and so on. The qualifications will be bachelor's degree in business administration or related field. Years of experiences working in managing or banking. Of course, you cannot jump from a graduate and up to a branch manager because you need to gain experience in managing and banking first. Knowledge of word processing and financial, especially spreadsheet, because as I told you before that they need to do the report. Firm grasp of electronic banking product and community banking principle, because they need to do things fast. So all of the knowledge needs to be in their heads already. Ability to maintain professional relationship with staff, clients, and customers, because sometimes branch manager also need to come meet with clients and customers, because there are things that we call authority in the bank. If it's over authority for the head teller, the branch manager needs to come in. Like if it's 100 million baht, it's a lot of money. So the head teller may not be able to deal with it because they have no authorization. So the branch manager needs to come in, and having strong work ethic is also important. Move on to the last one, is trust officer. This one is very different from the three that I have mentioned before. But before we get to know what the job is, let's get to know the vocabulary first, because the vocabulary for trust officers work is quite difficult. First, we start with estate planning. Estate is not only housing, but it's a very broad word. It's including your money, your assets, your trust, and so on. So estate planning is the process of deciding what should happen to your money and other assets when you die. In another word, like common word, you can say it's a will. Trust is a noun. Here is a noun, not a verb that you trust someone, but trust is a noun, which means a legal arrangement in which you give a person or organization the right to manage money or property for a particular person or group of people that you have chosen to receive the money. For example, personal trust is trust account that is created for a person or persons. My mom created a trust and she wants to give it to me and my siblings. So that is personal trust. Corporate trust is a type of trust created by a corporation. Fiduciary. Fiduciary is an adjective. Is a word that we don't really encounter in our daily life, but the meaning is related to the responsibilities of a person or organization that manages property or money belonging to another person or organization. Portfolio. This one is not the portfolio you use to get into the university or get into work in the company, but this one is a collection of company shares and other investment that are owned by a particular person or organization. Trustee is a noun. It's a person or organization legally chosen to work alone or as part of a group to manage money or property for others. Like my mom create a trust, she will have a trustee that taking care of her trust. Beneficiary. Beneficiary. This one will not read beneficiary, but then beneficiary is a noun. Is a person or group that receive payments from a pension plan, insurance policy, trust, or etc. Like my given example is that my mom is creating a trust. So she wants to give it to me and my siblings. So me and my sibling is the beneficiaries. Okay, so you can see in the pictures about estate planning is we'll have trust, property disposition, charity, life insurance. It's like a living will. You make a will when you're still alive. For job description, they have to be able to independently work in financial planner. They can either be specialized in some planning or not. They also need to establish trust accounts, perform fiduciary responsibilities for individuals and company, setting up and managing trusts for both personal and corporate, determine what assets to hold in clients' trust, so that how to say, their clients will get the most out of the trust or the account that they're setting up. They need to analyze portfolio to maximize the performance of investment and also recommend tax sheltered investment. You can see that piggy bank with an umbrella on top of it and the word tax. It is because some investment in some countries can help you reduce the tax that you need to pay yearly. So it's also the trust officer jobs to recommend tax shelter investment. Deciding on a trustee, designating a beneficiary, acting as an executor of an estate on a person's death. This is what makes them different from any other jobs, the 3 jobs that I have mentioned, because they'll act as a legal representative of a bank or of that death person. Okay, so let's see about the qualification. Here is also the difference. They not only need bachelor's degree in business administration, economic or finance, whatever that related to money and business, but they also need a degree in law. Years of experiences in independent financial planning will be helpful, but you can develop it after, like you can becoming a trust officer first, like a junior trust officer working with a senior trust officer, and then they will guide you and then you'll gain experiences through years of working. And then professional knowledge about finance, including investment banking, estate planning, and trust administration. They need to really have a strong knowledge about these things. And ability to analyze portfolio, knowledge in legal related to business or business law, because the trust officer not only work with money, but they also work with law that related to money. And extensive training on trust and financial program will be helpful to make your work easier as a trust officer. So I think that is the end of my presentation. I have presented to you four different banking careers. We start with loan officer, then followed by credit analyst, branch manager, and the last one is the trust officer. So this video will be posting in my YouTube channel. If you have any questions for the Q&A part, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can contact me through comments anyway. Okay, so that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for participating and listening to me until the end of my presentation.